what's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. We're coming at you with a super special episode 26, and we're recording on Monday, February 4th, 2019. I'm Doug, and joining me today we have Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
And before we begin, I'd like to remind you guys always to please like, subscribe, download us, and leave us feedback at SojuTalkPodcast@gmail.com or in the YouTube comments, Reddit comments, pretty much anywhere else you can. But before, let's shout out someone real quick. So last week we've been telling people to send us emails lately, and we got one from Dale from the Philippines. Fam,
Yes.
Yo, what's up, Dale?
that was one of the nicest emails I've ever received in my
That was
life.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
Maraming salamat, bro. That's that. I learned
Yes.
I learned some. Wait, how do I pronounce Tagalog?
Tagalog.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, but we learned some because I don't know, bro. It was a really nice email. We appreciate it so much here, and it really brightened all of our weeks up.
Yes.
Yo, I went around showing my friends. I was like showing it to my girlfriend. I was like, shit, look at my email. I got fan letter, you fuckers. Look at me.
Yeah, so shout out to Dale one time. You the man.
You're
And
the
then
man.
to everyone else listening, happy Lunar New Year's. I think it's different for the different
Yay.
cultures, but I'm pretty sure for most people it's tomorrow on the 5th.
Yep.
So I'm gonna
say
head.
about-
I'm
Hey,
heading.
what you about to say, everybody?
I'm heading out to Chinatown in New York City tomorrow during my lunch break. Should be
Ooh.
lit.
Shit.
All right, but let's get into this. All right, so big new releases this week. There was only one on January 30th, last Wednesday. It was CLC with No. Okay, wow, we're going to have a big discussion about CLC. Let me preface
No.
So-
Hell no.
this. Okay, that I am not a fan of that bit of it. The talking part at the beginning.
And all over the song as well. Not just the beginning.
I
come
felt
on.
that this song, I feel the chorus is fine, but a lot of the song felt very forced.
Here's the thing, right? The message they're trying to send with this song is like, it's very forward, and it's not something a lot of the groups do, and it's really nice. It's just it does kind of feel forced. Like it's almost like
Do you think that this is like the constant theme with CLC?
I think that's where they're kind of going for now. Like wasn't that kind of the idea with Black Dress as well? I don't remember too well, but
There was Black Dress and there was Dokebi.
Hobgoblin.
Yeah, Hobgoblin.
Right.
Now, okay. The elephant in the room is CLC is not very popular, right? Like both in Korea and I would say to an extent internationally as well. Although they are definitely way more popular internationally than they are in Korea.
I agree.
I agree.
Yes.
Like this, I tried to find this song on the Insta's chart. It wasn't there. Like I scrolled all the way down
Oh.
and it was not there.
It didn't even chart in.
It
That's
didn't
kinda
even chart.
sad. Oh my god.
Now, CLC always has the problem. So they're from Cube Entertainment. They got 7 members. They debuted back in 2015. So they're in their 4th year now. Like
They've been here a while.
they've been here
They've
a while.
been here as long as twice. If you
Yes,
guys,
yes.
Mhm.
Now this is their 9th Korean single with the music video.
Wow.
Yes, that's kind of crazy. And of course, their direct comparisons are their label mates, both of their label mates, 4 Minute, which disbanded, and Yeoja Idol, right?
right.
Yeah.
All 3 of those groups have very similar sounds.
Right now they do.
Yeah.
They do. I
Oh,
wouldn't say
I-
always in the history of them. No,
Oh,
because
yeah,
CLC's had different concepts, but the last couple songs have all kind of been like the
The
same
same.
kind of stuff.
Right.
Now, okay, so if you had to, why are they not popular? That's the first thing we gotta address, right? Like,
I feel like sometimes it has to do with the songs sometimes
Mhm.
because I think they have the talent and I don't know, for some reason I was really into them when they first debuted because I feel like their song was like poppy, it was more bright, and then they tried to change it up later on, but I just feel like the songs have not been that catchy.
I'm gonna kind of add on to that a little bit, right? So they debuted in 2015, right? And
Yes.
what group came around in 2015? The big competitors are obviously Twice came around. Red Velvet started getting big.
Mm-hmm.
BlackPink was like 2016, was it?
Yep.
Mhm.
So they got a lot of fucking competitors who started getting big right off the bat at the same time.
Mhm.
And from Q's perspective, they tried like a softer concept a couple times, and they were like, you know what, fuck this shit, this ain't working. Let's just switch it around to what we're good at with what they did with 4 Minute. And then in
Mhm.
2017, early 2017, they went with Hobgoblin.
You
That's
know,
what I think ended up happening.
you know what the difference between CLC and 4 Minute are. I'm not gonna talk about Yeoja Idol because I think they're more popular for a different reason. But the comparison between CLC and 4 Minute is it's like 4 Minute earned the right to do these type of songs. If that makes any sense. I'll back that up. So 4 Minute over time matured as not only individuals but as the music. So by the time they started to do songs like I Hate You, right, and
Mhm.
Crazy, people were okay with them doing those songs because of Hyuna, essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they were like, Hyuna does these type of songs, it would only make sense if her group is an extension of that. And then therefore, I feel the Korean market was ready for them to do that kind of song and accepting of it. In a similar sense, with Yeoja Idol, they have Jun So Min, right? That's her name.
So me.
No, Jun So Yeon. What
Oh,
am I
Jun So
saying?
Yeon.
Wow,
Fuck, I'm sorry. Oh my God.
I took a blank there. Too many So's, yo. But in a similar fashion, she was coming off of Produce, right? She went on
Mhm.
Unpretty Rap Star. Therefore, it would only make sense for her group to do those type of songs. Now, what's the common theme that I'm getting at?
Right.
Both of those two groups have a hard carry rapper who's already popular in Korea. My problem
Mhm.
with CLC as a group is that none of their members are super popular in general, like individual members.
Yeah, I felt for a while that they were pushing for Sorn because I saw her in
Mhm.
some variety, but I just feel like it didn't quite get to that level.
They were
Hyuna.
pushing Storm, but it's also an uphill battle to push. Unfortunately, in Korea, as we've said before, it's hard to push Southeast Asians as your main kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
It's
Yeah.
just an uphill battle. Like
Mhm.
it's unfortunate, but that's honestly how it is. Like it's more easy to push. Let's say if it was a Japanese or a Chinese kid, the Koreans in general are more willing to accept that as the main kid, right?
Mhm.
Right.
But they faced an. I think Soren could be the main kid, but it seems that at least when they tried to do that, the Korean market didn't latch onto it.
I
Right.
think partially that also goes back to what I said earlier about like Twice and BlackPink, because like I remember distinctly there was this Happy Together episode, and that's kind of how I remember Thorn. Right, there was
Mhm, yeah.
Hana on it, there was Thorn on it, and there were a couple other people. I
Songso.
forget who. Right, Songso was on it. And it kind of felt like Cuba was trying to push for like the whole like, oh, we also have a foreigner in our member,
Mhm.
and trying to push for
Mm.
that, but like that didn't really work out because again there were big competitors in that market already, like for example
It's
Sana.
also sucks. How can you like when Soren and CLC aren't that popular, and then they bring on Songso, and then they bring on Sana? It's like how was she supposed to compete with that on an
Right,
intrinsic
right.
level?
Right.
That's just a tough ask. I don't think it's her fault at all.
No. It was honestly, I feel like Cube really didn't do a good job of like strategizing to begin with here.
They're not.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think any of this really falls on CLC. Like, I
No,
think
no.
that's straight up. I think this
Yeah.
completely falls on the Cube because so they tried to strike the magic again with CLC after 4 Minute disbanded, right? And then they debut another group, Yeoja Idol, who's pretty much the same exact sound, but with a more popular front kid. Like, what is CLC supposed to do then, right?
Honestly, it almost feels like Cube is kind of like giving up in a bit to with CLC. Well, this is not really like picking up. Let's try this other group, see like who wins out of the two, and I don't
Mhm.
know. I feel bad for them because I think they just need better management, better
I would have liked it
songs.
more is if so CLC. I think the fans and them themselves realize like we're not in a good spot here, right? If they would have demanded a complete change of concept, they would have at least have a better shot, in my opinion. Like do
Yeah.
something that completely separates you from Yeoja Idol's sound, because Yeoja Idol is going to stick to that sound because they're successful with it.
See, yeah, that's what I really don't understand, right? Because I was looking at the credits for this song, and guess who wrote the song, the lyrics, and the composition? Guess. Soyeon from G Idol.
Wait, she did?
Oh, really?
She wrote the song. Yeah.
Okay. It sounded. At a certain point, I thought like it was. I sometimes in their songs, I listen to like all the songs this past week to just like get ready for this discussion. It feels like Soyeon sometimes is the one rapping in these songs. Like the style is literally Soyeon.
Yeah, you can kind of hear her sound kind of coming out of this.
If you
like...
replace the rapping with Soyeon, it would be hard to tell sometimes.
Yeah.
This is really unfortunate because they're clearly talented, and I think they definitely deserve to win. Like I'm not saying that they should be top tier girl group at all, but they should like at least have equal level as like Uju Sonyo's having at this point. I know we say Uju Sonyo's underrated, but like CLC is even hella more underrated than them.
I just hope that they try to. It's really difficult, right? Because they say that once you go from the cute concept to like this like more badass concept, you can't go back. That's what they say. But I kind of wish they would a little bit.
I think they have to.
They kind of have to. Like
if they're gonna survive, they have to change it up more.
Something different. It's
like it doesn't fit any of them right now except like Jang Seung-yeon, in my opinion.
It's really unfortunate too because it's like they've given up pushing them on like mainstream variety shows too because they'll send a Yeoja Idol member instead. Like right now, let's say a TV show needs idols, right? And they go to Cube, they're like, send us some female idols for the show we're doing. They'll definitely send the girl from Yeoja Idol instead at this point.
Yeah.
It's so tough. This is one of the things we'll talk about later with YG. Like sometimes you shouldn't have such overlapping things in your company because someone's gonna suffer because of it.
Yes. Yeah.
But okay, so let's get back to the actual song. No. I was okay. Here, I'm gonna be straight up. I liked Hobgoblin and Black Dress better than this song. That's just my take.
Really?
What do you think, Warren?
Why am I always the one disagreeing with you?
You like this one better?
Really?
I like this one better.
No, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
No, I'm happy you do because that means maybe other people will too, and I'm just the crazy one.
I mean, okay, like I liked it a lot more because the other two songs, the sound they're trying to give off is really played out at this point.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They're kind of late to the game in that aspect. So like in terms of that, I was like you know, like it's like a synth bass house kind of sound, and it was like nobody does stuff like this.
Yeah, it was acceptable back when 4 Minute did it like 3 years ago. It was barely acceptable then when they were like collabing with Skrillex and stuff. And now it's over. Like it's that kind of sound isn't that in right now. Oh, yo,
honestly,
I'm gonna get a little pissed here. I'm gonna take off my Eyes One hat real quick. Right?
Oh wow.
I'm gonna take it off
what is going on here?
Kpop Entertainment. What the hell were you doing not giving them Lavi and Rose?
I was gonna say something about that too.
What the hell are you doing?
The
as a
elephant
company?
in the room.
That would be the perfect song for CLC right now.
Because it's still a little bit girl crushy, but it's a different type of feel completely.
Yes.
Lavi and
More
Rose would have been the
delicate.
perfect song for them to switch it up. And now am I happy that Eyes One got it? Of course, because I'm a Wiz one. But do I think Kpop Entertainment really messed that up? Yes. I don't care how successful Yeoja Idol was in 2018. They should have still made them do that song.
Yeah.
Even if it meant pushing that song, delaying it until now to release it, they should not have given that song up because that song was the perfect change up for them, and they threw that away. I just hate watching like, cause you know how like at this point in my life I'm not into K-pop for like one group at a time. I'm more in it for like I want everyone to do well, right? Like
Right.
I'm not like maybe when I was younger I was like, oh, I hope this group does better than this group. I just want everyone to do decently at this point. And when things like this happen, it really pisses me off because I bet you Cube knew that Lavi and Rose was a great song too. And they just like they recorded it, right? You could find recordings of it.
Right.
And then they just threw it all away.
Yeah, I just don't understand why. Like, I was trying to figure it out. Right, so strategically, does it make sense? Like, is it more cheap to use an in-house produced song? Like, not really. Like, Avi and Rose was produced by like a couple Korean people, and
Lavi and Rose was produced by a guy who almost exclusively worked with Cube in the past. Like giving away Lavi and Rose was the outlier in his like discography.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Like
now, am I saying that CLC would have been as successful as IZ*ONE winning like 3 or 4 music shows? No, I'm not saying that.
No, really
but
not.
am I saying that Lavi and Rose would have been a step in the right direction? Yes.
It's a better chance.
It's definitely a better chance.
Yeah.
Because I think even if CLC is not that popular, that song is so good it would have made them more popular.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me pissed off. And I'm not even a CLC fan, but I was like, damn. And I look at their music video numbers, the totals are pretty good. But it's just like the Korean audience is really just not on them. And honestly, that's what you need to survive. It absolutely sucks. It's like it sucks because it's like they've done nothing to justify why they're not popular, right?
Exactly.
Like, they've done nothing
Mhm.
wrong. And it's just like, ugh. And I even think the music isn't terrible, right? The music's fine. It's for some reason they're not charting. Ugh. I don't know what to say, but so you like the song, Warren? Why'd you like it, real quick?
we're going back to that. I mean, yeah. It was a song. The whole like concept, the message of the song is something we really don't find in the market. Same for the sound and all that kind of
Mhm.
stuff. Now, do I like the whispering and the speaking of no high heel, no handbag, no? Do I like it?
I
No.
cringe so hard.
No, I cringe so hard.
I cringe so
There's
hard.
there's a part near the end where they start doing that in Korean. I was like, it's the absolute worst. Like, it's like, damn, like I can't believe they actually said that.
I do feel though that the chorus is good and the singing's fine. And
Oh,
honestly,
yeah.
when they just start rapping, it's great. I didn't realize how talented they were as rappers until I listened through all their songs this week. They're actually good. Like this is a good group. They just need some help. So
Mhm.
I'm going to implore all of our listeners to please listen to CLC's No, support them.
Support.
You don't even have to be a fan, but just support them a little bit
Give
because
them
they
views,
they
you
need
know?
it. They need it. All right, let's move on now to happier news because I'm a little depressed now. So, show winners for this last week. All right, so before we get to the more interesting one, the big winner this week was 17 with Home. They won 5 awards.
Oh shit.
So shout out to 17, and you should go listen to Home because that's a great song. Like,
Yay.
I think that's my favorite 17 song ever, honestly.
Wow.
But the main news for me was that on the 29th, last Tuesday, Astro won their first win ever with All Night, and I think it was well deserved.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Finally.
Now, sad face for Warren because they beat Eights and Uju Sonya to win it.
You know what? Like I said last week, I'm giving up on Cosmic Girls at this point.
What?
That is sad.
But yo, I think
Congrats to
Astro,
Ottawa.
this is well deserved, honestly, for
Yeah.
Astro.
Yes. About time.
It's about goddamn time. And I think these days, I know Chaonu's still extremely popular relative to the other members, but I think now Korea's at least giving them a chance, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all of their albums do trend like I'm talking the physical albums trend within the top 5 whenever they release them, and they have decent numbers for a guy group. So
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
this is like way overdue in terms of how they chart. But good for them.
Congrats, Ottawas.
And another thing going back to CLC, of course, is like so normally the Tuesday show, which is called The Show on SBS MTV, is the show where you should win your first award because it's the easiest to win that one. Because
Right.
a lot of the big groups don't promote on it, and tomorrow
Mhm.
they are not having that. They're not broadcasting. So I'm pretty sure if CLC wants to win, they have to beat second week 17 on Show Champion. That's the
Oh,
only chance they
boy.
got, which is
I
going to
mean-
be a big ask.
They also say show champions a little easier to win compared
Mhm.
to the other.
And I'm pretty sure the pre-voting, it was very close between the two, so it comes down to physical sales, and that's why I'm worried because guy groups sell a lot better than girl groups. But we will have to see, but I am rooting for CLC to win this week. All right, let's now move on to the new section from last week. Shout out to Dale again because he said he liked this section, so we're doing it again for you, Dale.
Yay.
My man.
So this is the currently listening to / a chance for us to talk about some older songs section. All right, what I'm currently listening to. I know Anita was listening to this last week, but I'm listening to it still. Cherry Bullet Q&A. I love this song now.
Yay, it's so good.
Yo,
Hey, you
Park
guys really
Hae-yoon
like the song.
vocals are fire.
So clear.
So clear. Great vocals. Awesome song. Another song I'm listening to, not K-pop, but there's an artist called Woody, and he has a song called Fire Up. It's currently #1 in Korea. Tremendous song. Go listen to it. Lastly, I'm on the Uju Sonyo train hardcore these days. Like,
Welcome.
incredibly hardcore. Like, you know how I know I'm into Uju Sonyo? Because I look up, like, Uju Sonyo funny videos on YouTube right now.
Oh my god, you're doing those!
That's how I know I'm deep on the
Oh.
fandom again.
Ah.
But yeah, so that's all the stuff I've been listening to. I'm gonna name a TV show and some other things later, but I'll let Warren and Anita go first.
Should I go first or Anita? Do you want to go first?
Warren.
Me, okay. Sorry. So I on Spotify one day ran into this song again because like sometimes it'll show you songs you've listened to, you used to listen to a lot in the past, and it'll be like, oh, jump back into your like your old favorites. And guess what came up? Frometh 9 with Love Bomb. Man,
Bro,
I was listening to it again. Fucking banger. It's
bro,
great.
Baek Ji-hun is like the
Oh my
cutest idol
God.
ever. Like,
Little
wow.
guy.
But yo, you know you're a fan of Love Bomb when you start trying to do the hand motion while they're doing it, the chorus.
Oh my god! But while watching the music video, yes, I've done that.
Of course, everyone has.
So
But continue.
yeah, that's good. The next song I've been listening to is "Chilly" by 17. Shout out to my man Deo. He suggested I listen to it. It's a good song. It's very solid, and it's honestly I like it more than Home. Yeah, I like it better than Home. Honestly, there's a part near the end where I think it's Vernon. I'm not sure which. I don't know the member names yet, except Vernon. But right, but one of them starts going like screaming like drip drip chili or some shit, and I was like, damn, like this some spicy shit. This is some like chili spicy shit. It's good. But yeah, that was nice. So the last thing I'm listening to. I'm listening to the whole album. It's not the song I'm listening to, and I wanted to share it because I need to educate y'all with Uneducated Kid and his album Hood Star EP.
Oh my god,
My man. He is pretty much the Korean equivalent right now of Waka Flocka Flames or like Dave Key, something like that. It's very hard-hitting bangers. His last album was, for the lack of a better word, just bad trash and very funny at times, but it was also good rap. Now it's just good rap. It's very gangsta-y, if you know what I mean. It's like oh, like if I can share one of my favorite lines from the album, he goes, I want to make money. I have too little time to make money. Girls love me. I would like to date them, but dating girls is a lot of money, so I will not date them. That's
Wow.
wise words of uneducated
so
kids.
this is not the music you play in the car when you're driving with mom, right? This is
No. It's not with mom, but with your friends or
Okay,
with
okay.
yes. Yeah, never with mom, please. No.
I'm looking up this kid's pictures. LOL. But Anita, what are you listening to this week?
I'm listening to, well, a lot of the songs that I'm listening to are kind of older, but I don't know. I feel like because of the weather, I've been listening to like pretty slower songs. One of them being NCT 127. So this was off the Regular Irregular album back in November. And it's a pretty slow one, but I feel like it's kind of an underrated song from the album as a whole. I feel like people don't really listen to it or talk about it, but it's really nice. I feel like the instrumental for this song is so cool. It sounds like lo-fi, but like with synth in it. It's really relaxing. I really recommend you guys to listen to it. Another one that I listened to was Stray Kids I Am You. This one's a little bit more recent. I
I like
listened
that
to
song.
it.
That's a good song.
Yeah, it's really good. More recently while I was driving, and the beginning, I finally like figured out like what it reminded me of, and I feel that it's 2PM's um ad toy all day I think about you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a I don't know, the instrumental again sounds very similar to that song, and I really liked that song from 2PM. So I don't know, I feel like if it was purposely made that way to kind of reference the song, I think it's really cool. And another slow one is this one's a year old, so I don't know if anybody would really be listening to it right now.
Hey, I listen to it
The
all the
Night of
time.
Tokyo, Walking in the Moonlight. This one's not really K-pop, it's more like K-indie. They're not really indie. I don't know what genre they would fit into, but again, it's really I listen to this more like when you're trying to like go to sleep. It's really calming and relaxing, but it's not a ballad. It's more of a mm, genre as knock on, more of a lo-fi
Anita's
synth
into chilling
type.
these days, it seems.
Yes. Yeah, and last one. So this one I have conflicting feelings about this song because there's no like clear official audio for this because the lineup kept changing, but it's YG Treasure Box Going Crazy. So this song was the theme song, like the group song for the show, which meant that as the lineup was changing, different people got to sing it during the broadcast. And I don't know, I feel like since the first lineup, like the first 7 that were chosen, I really like the song. There's a couple versions out there as the episodes went on, but overall, I really enjoy the song and I just keep replaying it.
All right, before we finish this section, your boy binged watched a drama in 2 weekends. I saw 24
Oh,
episodes.
yes.
Oh my god,
Mhm.
All right,
24.
the drama is called Mr. Sunshine. It's from last year. It stars Lee Byung-hun and Kim Tae-ri, they're
Mm.
both pretty famous actors. And I'm gonna shout out where you can watch it real quick. Where I watched it. This is not a sponsor. This is just me saying it. Dramafast.com. They have all 24 episodes in HD with English subs, yo.
Is this legal?
I don't know. I'm not saying it is, but that's where I watched it.
Okay.
The
Just
drama. So I'll just give a really quick synopsis, real quick. So it's set during the I would say about 1900s in Korea. It's a very turbulent political time, and this drama has a beautiful interaction between traditional Korean and then modernization. But
Mhm.
holy crap, is this drama intense! Like, if you're looking for like a happy drama, this ain't it, yo. This drama is hella intense, but it is amazing. The acting is crazy. The visuals are awesome. Costuming
Yeah.
is beautiful. I highly
Mhm.
suggest you go and watch it. I'm not gonna spoil it, but damn, it's a good drama. Go watch it. Another thing I'm gonna mention real quick is that Eyes One Japanese debut is happening on Wednesday, February
Mhm.
6th. Yo, apparently when I ordered my albums, I chose like expensive shipping because my albums are already in the US.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Like I'm not getting them because I sent them to my parents' house because that's where I'm going this weekend. But like I had the option to get them delivered tomorrow, even before the thing came out. So I don't know, but I'm really excited, and I will let you know what the packaging look like because traditionally Japanese CD packaging is not as good as Korean, but I'll let y'all know.
They're just like standard
Mhm.
CD packages, right? Like
But I do have
showcase.
pre-order
Yeah.
benefits, so I'm wondering what
Oh.
what that includes. So we'll see.
You know, going back to Mr. Sunshine for a second. Don't you have Netflix?
I do not have Netflix.
Oh, it's on
Is
Netflix.
it on Netflix?
Yeah, it's on
Oh.
Netflix.
It is on
That-
Netflix too, but what I said,
Yeah.
there's subs and it's HD, and there's no, and you don't have to pay for Netflix if you're cheap like me.
Dramafest.com. If you want that illegal hookup, get in here.
Bro,
No.
Dramafest.com, low key, they got movies with subs, they have dramas with subs, they have shows with subs, all of it. It's kind of legit. But that was your piracy news for the week.
I kissed anime of Korean dramas here, right here.
Let's move on to the big news and events from last week. There's a lot of them, so we're gonna cover some of them in more depth, some of them in less depth. The first one is YGE clearly the number 4 company in Korea. Now, I know
no.
that's a bit of a hot take here.
Oh no.
I'm gonna back it up with
Oh, no.
statistics. Your boy does statistics for a living. We gotta back it up with numbers if we're gonna make a claim here. The first metric, employee turnover. YG has 360 employees and 138 of them resigned within 2018. That's
Oh my God.
38%.
Whoa.
Now imagine you work somewhere. I don't know if you work at a small place or a big place, but imagine about 40% of the employees leaving after 1 year. That ain't that a good sign.
That's concerning.
Compare that to other companies. SM's at 28. I still think that's high. JYP Entertainment 18. Big Hit at 17%. That's almost like
Wow.
double. Now imagine you work in an office, pretty big office. There's 100 people. What if 38 of them left within the year? That's a lot of going away parties and stuff, dude. That's like one person. If you had 100 people, right, and 38 of them left, that's like you guys having a goodbye party every 10 days.
The
What?
fuck?
Now they have 360 employees, right? That would be like that's literally a goodbye party potentially every other day. They probably don't even have a goodbye party at that point.
They just disappear.
Yeah. They just come for a couple weeks and leave. That's what happens.
Yeah, so 38% is ridiculous. I think SM at 28 is still a little high, but JYP and Big Hit at 18 and 17, that's about normal for most companies to have.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing, right? I've seen people talk about what it's like to work at YG or SM and JYP and that kind of stuff, and people have testified previously that like you don't really work there for the money or like
No, you work there because you
No.
love it.
you work there because you're a fan of something from that company. Like,
Let's move
yeah.
on to something that can support that. Annual salaries.
oh Jesus,
The numbers I'm going to be reporting are in US dollars. 'Cause
US dollars.
US dollars. And honestly, the numbers that I'll say, they may
no.
seem low if you're an American, but they're kind of in standard with what the average salary is in Korea. So Big
Yeah.
Hit, you're pulling in about $38,000. YG, you're pulling in $36,000. SM, $34,000. JYP, $32,000. So this metric is more even across the board, closer together.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, if you think about it in the US market, it's not that much. Considering these are such big companies. Because in the US, if you work at a big company, you expect to get compensated a lot more than what these numbers are.
Like double, yeah.
But so that's not really an argument as to why YG's number 4. But man, I still can't get over the employee turnover. 40% of your company leaving every year.
40%. That's a little too high.
But the big nail in the coffin is profits. All right,
know.
All
Big
right,
hit.
big one.
70 million USD.
Oh,
SM 47
Wow.
million. JYP
Oh.
they struggling at 26 million. YG 10 million.
Oh no.
oh no.
That's terrible.
What
YG's in 4th
happened?
place. That's 10 million. Their next person is like almost 3 times more profit than them. It's really just showing how YG's like they've kind of fallen off the tracks lately.
Okay, wait. Okay, first of all, I'm surprised, right? Because I thought JYP would be a little higher than 26 million, right?
Yeah, and of course this is the reported numbers. Of course they're getting money from other sources, but like, isn't it kind of shameful that like, so we all know that like, G-Dragon, Top, Seungri, they live in these humongous apartments that are worth multiple millions of dollars. They own buildings, right? So of course the
Right.
profits are the numbers after they pay the artists and all that stuff. But still, a company of that size to only record a $10 million profit seems kind of ridiculous to me.
Yeah, that's. I don't know what to say. I'm looking up
Mm.
Cube Entertainment right now, right?
Hmm
They got 5 million.
Yeah, right? Like,
So YG is like a little bit doing better than Cube, basically.
mhm.
And if you factor in what we just talked about with Cube earlier with CLC, this is like
It's a
alarming
struggle,
for
dude.
YG. It's a struggle. It just means they're wasting all that fucking money
Where does it go?
into okay, not into YG's pockets, but
It just means that the company as a whole isn't doing that well, I would say.
they're not strategizing well. That's
But shout out to Big Hit. You give the biggest salaries, the lowest
Wow.
turnover, and you make the most profit. They killing it.
holy
Yes.
And honestly, people think that this year they'll make even more money.
Right,
Definitely.
right. That would make sense.
But okay, so here's another reason why I think YG is clearly the number four company in Korea. I think they're a little bit out of touch. So YG announced that they will be debuting another boy group following Treasure.
Wait a minute. Okay,
Bro,
so
This is
are we having
so
deja
messed
vu?
up.
Is this winner icon again?
oh, okay.
So messed up.
What is going on here?
So, and I thought this was just a rumor, but nope. Yesterday they announced the last members of that group. So there's another 7 members. So there's a 6-member group called Treasure, and now a 7-member group that's not named yet. Anita, why are you pissed? Let us know.
Okay. This whole show was basically another competition type thing, like who is next with Icon and Winner, to kind of introduce a new boy group and whatnot. So in the beginning of the show, YG said, like, I will debut one group. One group. He mentioned one. And like he did with Winner and Icon, he went back on his word. And now he's trying to debut 2 groups. And even now, it's even more problematic because the lineup is so weird. Because first lineup, or I should just say that all of the people that have been introduced as being part of these 2 groups made it to top 13, except the last 2 that were announced. And the 2 members that did make it to top 13, I think resigned from YG. They're not even in the company anymore.
Bro, like, I was so on the YG train coming into like 2018, so 2017 around that time, because it's like if you used to think of the track record of YG, it was like 21, Big Bang. You were like absolute bangers, right?
Mhm.
Right.
I just feel like I've lost confidence in them as a company over the years.
I feel like I can't follow YG as a producer, as like someone that's creating these groups. I can't follow his vision. Like what is
Yeah,
what
what
is
is
he
he
planning?
Does he have a vision?
I
Like,
don't know. I don't understand it.
Like Winner and Icon both had pretty good 2018s, and then you're just gonna release 2 more boy groups in a similar fashion. Like it makes no sense.
okay, right. I don't know if you guys really remember, but back when Icon and Winner were just actually when Icon was just starting around, I went around telling everybody it's a stupid fucking idea. Icon's gonna fucking hit the ground. They're gonna be nowhere near good as anything, and they're gonna fucking
Mhm.
fail. Obviously, that didn't happen. They did a lot better than I thought they would.
Mhm.
And I personally think they are very lucky to have that happen to them.
I think they got the perfect storm of marketable kids like Bobby Bi,
Yes.
and then really
Right,
good
right.
like because those kids write a lot of their songs, right? Without Bi,
Right,
there's no
right.
love scenario. Now,
I think what's problematic here is that a lot of these kids are super young. Like
yeah,
Treasure Box is so young.
What are their ages? Like,
they like were they young.
I think like
are they
average
like
is like 18.
Yeah, they're like
they're like
high.
Tangwon Young Young.
Yes.
This is
some of
Tangwon
them,
Young
some of
here.
them,
There's
some
a
of them are
couple,
like
yeah.
16, 15, dude. They're
Oh
like
my
hella
god.
young.
What are these middle schoolers doing here?
And honestly, Treasure Box had good numbers at the start, but definitely the hype sort of died down towards the end. Like,
Yes.
I know I didn't watch the show, but what I'll say is the number of articles regarding the show got less and less as the show went on.
I saw them less and less on Naver, and I don't really see. I didn't even know the show was over. I don't see them on Naver. That's the problem.
Yeah.
What are their
Yeah.
ratings like?
No, the ratings were incredible at the start, and then everyone was like, "Oh, it's just another YG thing," and it slowly tailed off a little.
They didn't even make 1% with the last episode.
Jesus.
That's zero.
I don't
That's
know.
sad. That's sad.
We'll have to see though, because I mean, Winner and Icon worked, but it's like, can you strike magic another time like that? I don't know, because if you think about Winner and Icon, you got Seungri, right, who's an absolute superstar, and you have Bobby and Bi, who are superstars, so they're carried by really famous good kids. YGE, other than like Bang Yedam, no one's super famous for casuals who didn't watch the show.
Right.
Yeah, I just feel like I honestly, personally, I feel a little concerned for the second group because except for maybe one person, Masuho, I don't know who's leading that group.
So they've
I'm
they
I don't
have
surprised
know
they
if
have
you're. I'm
three
surprised you're
Japanese kids,
concerned
right?
only a little.
That one has 3 Japanese kids. So maybe this is gonna be all Japan. Maybe that's the move.
maybe I don't
That would
know.
that would
That
make I hope they do that. That makes more sense.
It would be safer.
It'd
Yeah.
definitely be safer.
you know, I'm looking at the YG legacy right now, right? Like
Mhm.
everything they've like produced up to this point, and I feel like everything. Big Bang was huge, right? Big Bang was
Yep.
huge,
Mhm.
and then even with Big Bang and like what after that, what was that? 21. Even with those
They
two
kind
groups,
of
they
treated
had
them bad too towards the end.
yeah, they had so much management trouble. Like how long did it take for Big Bang to release an album?
Mhm.
Like 5 years? Like where are we going here? What is the direction we're going in, Mr. Captain? Like we are traveling straight into a maelstrom. Like I don't know.
We'll have to see because it's like
We'll have to see.
I think he needs to spend more time to make sure BlackPink gets more songs first.
Yes.
Like, please.
Not even Blackpink. Like Winner and Icon needs
Winner
to like
and
make their
Icon
ground
should
strong.
be at their peak right now. Right, we all know that Icon had a great year. They gotta follow it up with another great year. Like, why are you drawing attention away from them with 2 new groups? Right?
Where is Lehigh? Is she alive?
I
We
don't know what
know.
they're doing, but yeah. So that's our YG news. I honestly, in my opinion, think that they're clearly the number 4 company right now.
Wow.
I mean, looking at the stuff they've been putting out, yeah.
Like
I mean,
if I had to put my faith in, if I had to honestly rank what groups are doing, like I think the best overall, I wouldn't put BTS 1 yet because they have to replicate the success, right? I think
yes.
Mhm.
I think in terms of the metrics we talked about, yeah, they're number 1, but I think until they can do it with more than one group, I'm not gonna put them at number 1. I would still say SM is the golden standard in Korea. I would say the
Mhm.
surprise thing is over the last couple of years, JYP is I think definitely number 2 in Korea now.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
just because of how
Twice.
successful BTS is, I would honestly put them 3rd over YG
YG.
for me.
We'll have to see, right? We'll have to see. But,
Yeah, because who knows? Who knows? YG may surprise us all and be a miracle worker again. We never know.
Mhm.
But right now it seems like it's just downhill after downhill. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's after this.
All right, let's move on to other YG ridiculous news, right?
Oh my
So this is
God.
Seungri and the Burning Sun Club controversy. I'm going to try to sum
fiesta
this
never
up
ends.
in like 2 minutes as best as I can without trying to be
Okay.
objective. So basically what happened was there was a reported assault at the club, which is
Mhm.
and Seungri is involved. That's the first thing I'll say, right? So this guy, Mr. Kim, says he was trying to help out a woman who was being sexually harassed, and he was beaten up by security guards. He said that the police then came, and then they arrested him, and then they assaulted him, right? That was the first thing. His next thing he said was that less than 10 days after his incident, a woman who was intoxicated was dragged by her hair into a VIP room. He doesn't know what happened, but he says it was another crappy situation with the club, right? So those were the 2 things that happened. Why this blew up is because Seungri is directly involved with this club. Some people are saying he's just an investor. Other people are saying he has a hand in the club and he's a high up CEO type of thing. There's opposing sides on it, but it does
Okay.
seem that he has a bigger role than people initially thought.
Okay.
Mhm.
So now we get to the nitty gritty, right? Couple
Right.
ridiculous things. First thing, it seems like there's definitely some police bribery, deletion of footage, brutality going on, corruption. Of course,
Mm.
it's Korea. That it's kind of
Mhm.
this kind of thing is accepted. Number 2, Mr. Kim, the guy who initially reported the claim, isn't a squeaky clean guy, as everyone's saying. He has a history of doing some shady things with women. And the second thing, the second incident he brought up with the woman. So the woman was a Thai international, so she was from Thailand, right?
Okay. Okay.
That situation seems pretty cleared up because that woman already signed, because while she was while in the video that you can see her like grabbing onto a computer and desk and stuff, right? She already signed an apology letter to the club, this lady.
Mhm.
During her struggle with employees, she broke a laptop. She already paid for it and apologized and left the country.
Mhm.
Okay.
Another interesting thing is like, where did they get all this? Where did this Mr. Kim guy get all this footage? right? Like,
Who's this
Right.
Mr. Kim?
they're not just gonna hand out footage if shady stuff is going on. So people think that someone who's related to the club is feeling a little vindictive and trying to leak information. Couple other things have come out. There's potential drug issues at the club, but at the end of, like, Korea has really struck drug issues, but I'm sure many clubs in Korea have drug issues though.
Yes.
Number two, the club's group chats between the employees came out, and oh my god, they're bad.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, it was.
So I'll try to keep this as appropriate as possible, but essentially the employees are hand selecting women to give to their VIP male clients.
Oh.
That kind of thing is going on. Number two, they're also letting what they consider pretty females get in, and some of them are minors, and in the text you can tell that they know they're minors.
Oh no.
So that's problematic. Additionally, it seems like there's pretty heavy proof that the police were bribed in a lot of the incidents with the club. So that's not a good look either. The craziest thing though, the female from incident one, the one where Mr. Kim said he was directly helping this woman, right?
Right.
She's come out and said that he's fooling the nation and lying about all of this.
All right.
And
What's the truth?
she said, so this woman, right? And I like to believe the victim in a lot of these cases, right? She said that he was like basically groping her and he's causing a lot of damage to a lot of people's reputation. So the truth lies somewhere in all of that, right? But the objective thing is that Seungri is related to this club, so it's not a good look for him. Is the media doing a witch hunt for him? Probably, right? But is this club squeaky clean? Hell no. It's a club. I'm sure it's gross and there's terrible things that go on there.
Dirty.
All clubs are pretty dirty.
Yeah.
So the truth lies somewhere in the middle. But of course, because Seungri's a celebrity, this kind of thing blows up, right?
Right.
And I think it's not fair to say that he's not responsible for any of this. Not like he doesn't hold any of the blame, because if you're a high up at this kind of company that's doing these type of things, you should be somewhat responsible, because you should have pride in the things you invest in, right? Even if he's just an investor, he's still liable. I wouldn't say he should be the one who's witch hunted as if he did this all, but it's like he's still connected to this. Now, is the media taking it way out of hand and too much? Probably, because he's a celebrity and they love to do that. So it's a really weird situation, and obviously we probably won't ever know all the facts.
It's one of these moments where you realize that you have to kind of realize that the Korean society sometimes has its downsides and its shady areas, and we kind of try to ignore it when we live our daily lives. But it's kind of what these clubs. I'm pretty sure.
I've been okay. So I'm an adult.
on.
I've been to some of these clubs. Let's just say it's not like a Bible reading session going on in there.
No.
Like,
I've been to the teen clubs. They're not like that either. Like,
and additionally, I think it's ridiculous to say that these things that are going on in the club is an isolated incident. It's happening at probably most of the clubs, not even in Korea, but throughout the world.
yes. Yes.
Now, obviously, because Seungri's a celebrity, he gets lots of attention. That's why this thing blew up. At the same time, there's like conflicting statements between, like, YG released a statement, Seungri released a statement. He resigned from the club, and he said that it was because he's going to the army, and you can't have a high position while you're going to the army. But it's like, obviously, due to the timing, it's somewhat in relationship to the controversy, right? Like, let's be real here. And also his mom's connected into this, because she's listed under their their, how do I call it, business tree of people involved.
All right.
So she resigned as well. So it's just a weird situation.
Wow.
So I don't want to give you any opinion. So I highly suggest you look up translational articles and stuff like that and read about it yourself and form an opinion. But
I mean, as is with many of these controversies, I think it would be the best before making a quick judgment about whatever the fuck is going on. For all we could ever know, everyone might be lying. Like, we never know that. Like,
but I think from all the evidence that's come out, a couple things are very clear. Number one, Seungri's related to an extent, right? That's number one clear. Number two, the club probably has the squeakiest image ever. That's pretty obvious.
No.
But the amount of like he said, she said, I don't think we can make a determination on any of it.
No.
I will
At the
say
moment-
it's good that he's going to the military soon because, as a lot of things in Korea, a lot of these controversies burn out if you go to the military for 2 years and disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been better if he left on a good note because he spent all
Of
this
course.
time. He spent like almost a whole year just like building
Yeah.
up good image for himself.
But this is definitely not me defending the actions of the club or some of the shady things that are potentially happening there. But I didn't want to cover this topic, but we kind of had to because it was like the main topic on almost every
Yeah.
single website.
Mhm.
if you're if you're traveling to Korea anytime soon, I highly suggest you go to the clubs in Hongdae rather than the ones in Gangnam. It's a little safer, I would say.
Honestly, my experience, the clubs in Korea are a lot less sleazy than the ones in the United States.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Just
Hmm.
because of the cultural differences between the two societies and how they view drinking and club culture. But at the same time, once you're like have super VIPs and a lot of money, I'm sure those people have like
Yeah.
expectations and stuff like you've seen in movies and TV shows and stuff like that. So just watch yourself. Make sure you're with some friends. Be safe, everyone.
Be safe.
Yes.
Be safe. Don't
All
get too
right,
drunk.
let's move on to the next one. JYP officially ventures into Japan.
Oh, here we go.
So he announced plans to launch a large-scale girls group project with Japan's Sony Music. Wow.
Wow.
What?
Sony Japan.
Yes, Sony
Holy
Japan.
shit. Oh my
So
god.
he'll be attending a press conference on February 7th in 3 days regarding the label's next large-scale project in partnership with Sony Music Japan. Ridiculous.
Fuck.
In this summer, he will kick off a nationwide audition in Japan to search for
What?
potential members of the new girl group. Wow.
What is this?
Wow. Hey yo. Wow.
So he's literally being like, yo, I'm coming into Japan. If you're a decent dancer singing, come and join me. Because you see how big Twice is,
Wow.
I'm going to make you a star. That is
Dang.
such a swag move on his part.
Yo, this is so
Wow.
cool, man.
Dude, JYP,
What a guy.
I don't know how his crazy religion thing's going, but in terms of music producer and a businessman, they killing it.
They're killing it.
This
Damn.
is such a smart idea. Bringing Twice into Japan, showing like if I can do this with a group that only has 3 Japanese members, look how big can I make a homegrown group with all Japanese kids? That's basically what he's doing. So smart.
I wonder what kind of like route he's gonna go for. Like,
Yeah,
if is he gonna try to make a K-poppy kind of group, or
I
like,
think
is
he
kinda
should.
Like,
Because
I think he should too.
It seems like the Japanese market is ready for. I don't want to say higher level product, but a more K-poppy product. Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
less like 48 members on the stage and more like
Yeah.
5 members on
Small
stage. Yeah.
groups. The vocals are pretty comparable between the two countries, I would say, but in terms of like the dancing and the presentation,
Yeah.
a very more Korean presentation is what he's trying to get at, I hope. But great news for him. Additionally, financial reports state no new girl groups are planned for SMYG and Big Hit in 2019. So
Hmm.
this leads me to believe that ITZY is going to dominate then.
Oh yeah.
And also, by the time SMYG and Big Hit release girl groups eventually, they'll be a step behind because JYP's like, he knows what he's doing. It's crazy.
Management JYP.
I read the financial reports. They're closer to rumors. They take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, but if that turns out for him like no other girl group debuts and it's just ITZY, that's amazing for him in general.
You know, they used to say that like between the big 3, JYP is the weakest. I don't think
so.
Not anymore.
This is nowhere. This is like they're like about to up their game on SM here. Like,
JYP strikes an interesting chord between being approachable as a fan and still producing good content.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like SM, you think of like giant marble walls and like gold gilded like fixtures.
big man SM.
Yeah, JYP is definitely more approachable as a company. But let's move on. BTS comeback news. I know y'all are hype, right?
Oh, here we go.
So there was like a back and forth. People were saying that they've recorded a music video and then said they didn't. The company said they didn't, but people are like, I'm pretty sure you did. We saw you. So it was a bit of a back and forth. They were denying rumors, but at the same time, they said like it's reported that they're gonna have a comeback sometime this spring. So
So
we'll
yes.
see what happens. So it's pretty much yes, but of course they want to keep it under
Yes.
wraps. And people think it's going to be late April or early May, so just hold on for a little bit more, Army. Just a little bit more. All right, some quick takes, rapid fire. First one, Brown Eyed Girls planning a full comeback with
Yes.
all members. First time in
Yes,
3 years
finally.
since November 2015. I'm pretty hyped
Oh
for
wow.
that.
I'm excited.
The main thing I want to see is if they've aged, if the music has aged with the times. That's how I'll put it.
I have faith.
Brown Eyed Girls
have
always
faith.
puts out good music. I'm excited.
Yes.
Additionally, Kang Daniel, Yoon Ji-sung officially moved to a label solely dedicated to their individual promotions.
Oh. Oh.
Something called LM Entertainment, so they're not considered to be MMO artists anymore.
Wow.
I don't
Are
know how connected LM is to MMO, but this signals to me that they are not making an MMO boy group, period.
Not
No,
anymore.
it sounds like it's over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next one, Minhyun returns to newest promotion, so he's now back on their social media, and JR also announced that all of the members have renewed their contracts with Pledis.
Wow.
Wow.
So we're gonna so I'm pretty sure this contract then covers when all of them go to the military too, other than Aaron because he's an American citizen, I
Wow.
believe.
Damn.
So good for newest. What a change since pre-produced season 2, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Lastly, finally some updates in the Guhara situation. So the boyfriend, Choi, was indicted for assault and threatening.
Oh geez. What a guy.
So he finally had charges filed against him, and he's been found guilty of them. And Guhara's indictment has been deferred, which I looked it up because the wording's a little shady, but I'm pretty sure she's getting no charges pressed against her because they're saying everything she did was in self-defense after he did terrible things to her.
That makes sense.
So that's the update on that situation. I hope she's doing well mentally and physically because terrible situation to be in. Lastly, upcoming releases. So the only one we're going to cover next week because it's happening in the next 7 days is on next Monday, February 11th. Taemin's coming back.
Yes.
Dude, Taemin produces crazy stuff. Probably the best pure artist, one of the best in Korea.
Yes.
Other things to look on in the horizon. The next day on Tuesday, February 12th, ITZY. February 13th, Dreamcatcher. February 18th, Monster X. So
Wow.
not the next episode because we'll only cover Taemin, but the following episode will be absolutely ridiculous in terms of music.
It's like debuting already. What the fuck?
Yeah, bro.
Yes.
Like it's coming
the
up,
fuck?
dude. It's coming up in 8 days.
I didn't know it'd be this fast. Damn. What the fuck?
Yeah, but this has been SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. I'm Doug, and I'd like to thank Warren and Anita for joining me today. Of course, because they're the best. Let's go. I don't know why I said that. But please like, subscribe, download us, leave us feedback. SojuTalk Podcast at gmail.com, YouTube, Reddit comments, all that good stuff. But we will see you next week when we cover Taemin. I'm pretty hyped for that. So bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.